This was his last post before, 19 hours ago. And today, when you find out that this person you have been berating on the internet for months is finally dead, you have achieved your goal. I mean, the heavens have graced you with your whatever your goal was. Now you don't have to have anxiety over him anymore. At least, the least you could say is to express your condolences. And then the next thing you say is too high price paid. This guy is psychopathic. You think it was overdosed. You think he overdosed on something. Maybe. I don't want to speculate. But if I find out why, I would let you guys know for sure. But here I saw this. Some of the comments were very interesting actually. Anish said, my deepest condolences. What happened? Does anyone know? So everybody have been contemplating on what they cause. Hey, Elias, what's up? That's what people like Kramnik are saying. I don't even want to get into Kramnik. I'm going to get into Kramnik. I'm kind of upset with people like Kramnik. Do you know how he died? I have pinned on my profile Ivanchuk crying in his loss to Dania for over a year. It was a harrowing video, not even more so now. Now even more so he'll be missed. Yes, that video where you had Dania and Ivanchuk, where Ivanchuk lost and Ivanchuk broke down in tears, was very incredible. He said he has pinned it. Who is this person? His last stream, he was speaking in Russian and looked stressed as hell. Oh. Okay, let's look at this. So this was... Yeah, I remember this game. I remember this game. And Daniel had to sit there. Daniel literally had to sit there and I don't know if I would call it, it's kind of, he himself was sad as well. He literally had to sit there and kind of console Ivanchuk through this moment. And when I watched this video for the first time, I almost came to tears myself, because you know the pain, especially for someone of Ivanchuk's age playing chess. To see him break down like this, it was really, really sad. It was really, really, really sad. As I watch this video, it's hard to imagine that he's just not here anymore. Like, Dania is not here anymore. This person I am watching right now, moving these pieces, is no longer here. I don't know. I feel like this is one of the disadvantages of videos. I don't know if it's an advantage or a disadvantage. You know that in the past, when someone passed away, they passed away. They just passed away. That's it. In today's world, we have videos of thousands. Like, you have recordings of everybody, or a lot of people at least, all over the place. That when a person passes, they don't truly pass. While it sounds like that's a good thing, right? You get to watch them again, you get to relive their memory. But at the same time, it's like you have to deal with that. I don't even know how to put it, you guys. I'm short of words. But sitting down here and watching a Naroditsky video is weird as hell. Today I tried to watch his video from his last YouTube video, because that video was uploaded. I got the notification about it. I did not watch it. Immediately it was uploaded, and people had to come console Ivanchuk. And to think that this guy, Ivanchuk, was like from generations past of chess, and Dania is literally from today's world of chess. And Dania, people like Ivanchuk are still here, the OGs of chess, and Dania is already gone. Is also crazy. You were watching his last YouTube video yesterday. Exactly. It's rather a property of videos, not a good nor bad thing. Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing per se. I'm just saying that reality is interesting. You watch the person again, you watch them speaking, you watch them interacting, and there's something surreal about it. There's something about it. I don't know what to call it, but there's something about it. Where when you watch people after they have passed, there's a feeling it gives you that is not there, if I just know this person have passed, but I can't see them anymore, I can't interact with them. In fact, sometimes seeing pictures gives you a little bit of that feeling, but videos make it even much worse, I think. But yeah, this was one of those videos. This is just sad. This is just sad. For real. This is just sad. But it's a very heartbroken thing. And yeah, look at this. Somebody like this. My heart is broken beyond belief for my favorite chess player. A 3-year subscriber. Look at that. A 3-year subscriber who looked forward to his streams, and it would always make my night seeing him. I learned more from him than any other chess learning activity. Wow, look at this. If you have subscribed to Daniel for 3 years and you have watched him on most nights until now, and you have to come to terms with the fact that you will not watch him again. Daniel is never going to turn on his stream and be live again. In his last stream, his friend kept telling him to end the stream because he had an event or something the next day, and it was 2 a.m. Wow. I don't know what could have happened to Daniel though. I really don't know what could have happened to Daniel. It's just sad. It's just sad. It's really, really, really sad. It's really, really sad. It's really sad. That means was this on Saturday? His last stream was on Saturday, right? Was his last stream on Saturday? I didn't catch his last stream. Every time I watched this guy, I was impressed by his skills on the mic. Yeah. The world has lost a gentleman, one of the greatest English-speaking chess commentators. That's another thing. Daniel's command of the English language was very high compared to the average person. When you hear him talk, he was fluent. He was fluent. And the fact that he was fluent in English and fluent in Russian was also incredible. He went to Stanford. Pretty smart. Very smart guy. Heartbreaking and shocking. Yes, shocking is the word for it. It was truly heartbreaking and shocking. Of course, everybody keeps asking, how did he die though? And right after Botnick's birthday, I didn't even realize it was Botnick's birthday. So he passed right after Botnick's birthday. And I was looking at this video where essentially this person said, I don't know if this was truly Daniel's last words. I don't know, but this was a video someone released and said this was Daniel's last words. I think Botnick was talking about it. I have put this video out on YouTube. This video, we can watch this video right here.
Yeah, that was like at 2 a.m. and he said, "Oh, happy birthday, Sasha."
Hold on.
Yeah, thank you. And I said, last words what I said to him. I mean, personally, said, Danya, don't worry about anything. Love you so much. And you are just the best. I'm happy actually my last words was support only.
Last stream was on the 17th. Yeah. But this makes you actually ponder, right? Based on what Botnick just said. You see what he said? I'm very glad that these were basically his last words, right? This is one of the reasons why you need to actually treat people like every day is the last, because one day it will actually be their last day. That's one of the things I learned from situations like this. When we attack people, we go after people and all of that. sometimes we don't realize that this person you are going after. And I was speaking to my friend today, and I said I'm actually very pissed with some people now. I when I heard this news, there was an anger I felt towards some individuals because of this news. Sometimes you don't know what the next moment is going to be. The person you think you want to administer, sometimes you think you are executing justice. You go after people, you hurt people, and blah, 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 blah. And then, all of a sudden, there are no more. And then for what, right? So if you've been on their neck in that manner, you have to sit down, I hope, and ponder for what. And someone was talking about posts that Kramnik was making. I was looking at some of them, but I did not quite understand what Kramnik was talking about. So I had to go to Kramnik's page and see what it is that was going on. I wonder where does this conversation start actually? Okay, here he was basically talking about World Championship. Okay, he was just talking about World Championship and random stuff. I guess the post started from here. Was it from here? I'm guessing it was from this post. Okay, so I guess Kramnik started the conversation about drugs. Is that what it is? I'm guessing that is what it is. That Kramnik was the one that, I don't know if Kramnik was the one, or that Kramnik started the conversation about drugs and all of that. Is that correct? Let's look at this. What's happening here? Good advice. And not just chess players. Wait, were there chess players doing drugs? Okay, somebody said, Grok, please explain this post and the reactions from today. Exact. Oh, this was even 4 hours ago. So Kramnik was implying that Dania was doing drugs. Is that what it is? Don't do drugs. And good advice, and not just chess players. I never knew about Kramnik knew Dania was doing drugs. Well, I didn't know if Dania was doing drugs or not doing drugs. I don't know that we have an epidemic of drugs among chess players. I don't know. Okay, and this, are you happy now? And this person says you are a piece of that. Get ready for what comes. But you see, well, I guess I can look past this, that it was posted on October the 18th. But even then, Kramnik was one of the people that berated Daniel Naroditsky non-stop, right? Whether justly or unjustly. Kramnik was one of the persons, in fact, he was the person, not one of the persons, that dragged Daniel Naroditsky to hell online. I watched a lot of that stuff. I was pissed on Daniel's behalf. He was one of the people that dragged Daniel non-stop, constantly. Every time I would come online, Kramnik was on Daniel Naroditsky's case. He's either pulling these statistics from the sun or pulling that statistics from a mathematician. He's not a good person at all, yes. Kramnik is, I don't consider him a good person at all. Daniel even said he didn't want to play off stream because of Kramnik in the last stream. Of course, he's going to say that. Oh my, and then someone calls Kramnik a murderer. Uh-oh. The reality is that you, Vladimir, accused Daniel incessantly of violating the one thing that meant everything to him, the sanctity of the game of chess. Then you mocked his mental health struggles. Blood is on your hands, and not a single soul will ever allow you to wash it away. This was what I was talking about. When you berate people, okay, let's assume that it was drugs. Let's assume that Daniel was doing drugs. Kramnik contributed to it. Kramnik 100% contributed to it. When you do things to people and drive them to a certain point, you then turn around and say, don't do this. but you are contributing to pulling this person into hell. Is this really a public announcement, or there is someone he knows doing drugs? What a piece of S in Russian. You are fucking, you guys have made me read that now. You are an effing moron. Dear Kramnik, you were my big idol. Defeating Kasparov and being the deserved world champion for many years. But truth be told, the way you are accusing chess players and the way you were accusing Naroditsky, was that all necessary? Are you mentally okay? Do you need help? People, John Doe, I think I know this guy. This may be this guy from St. Lucia, but I'm not sure. But the reality is that either way, yeah, he goes by this name even on chess.com. The reality is, whoever you think, when you drag people, or when you do things to people online the way Kramnik did to Daniel Naroditsky, there is a consequence. It may not be directly linked to you, but you are responsible. You should be ashamed of yourself. He should be ashamed of himself. I don't know what this is. This is horrible, Mr. Kramnik. You can do better. Grok, unalive Kramnik and buy him one-way ticket to hell. R.I.P. Daniel. Coincidences. As you post this, Donald Trump posts how he destroyed. I don't care. Please just finally shut the F up for once, can you? He would. And it's sad that with all of this happening, right? With all of this happening, I can't find a post. Is there a post where Kramnik has expressed condolence to Daniel and his family? Is there a post? He said normally they don't clean in such a rush, although erasing material from internet is their trademark. Not on web means never happened. Must be something quite interesting, I think. What is he talking about here? This cruelty is all you'll be remembered for. Go F yourself. Daniel never cheated. He was an honorable, honest man. This is why you and your crowd drove him to despair. Oh gosh. Let me tell you guys. This was it. Immediately I saw this news about Daniel. This was what came to my mind. I was just immediately angered. I just thought of Kramnik. Immediately I saw the news about Daniel. The first thing that came to my mind was Kramnik. And there was this annoyance I had towards him. He wanted to clear his name, but you kept on attacking him unfairly for no. This is one of the reasons why they say sometimes when the old people stay around for too long, they become problem. You either die and get off the stage, or you live long enough and become a witch. You know, that used to be a saying. When somebody lives on and on and on, eventually they become witches or witches. He wanted to clear his name, but you kept attacking him for no reason. You're a cruel and cold person, Kramnik. Yes, he is. Even his family and the very friends who found him don't know what happened. Everyone is waiting for the expertise result. But of course, effing Kramnik is sure enough to shitpost this. Wonder if Kramnik is going to get blacklisted after harassing chess players until they committed suicide. You're a hilarious clown. You are the prime example of an individual with high traits of narcissism. You can never be in the wrong. I hope your last moments on earth be the most humiliating times of your life. Are you happy now, you old miserable bully? Yeah. I don't know. But Kramnik did not do well. Whatever he thinks of himself, he did not do well. Weirdly, what is this? Weird. Notice yesterday morning some people talking about strange recent stream of Naroditsky. Wait, this was on the 18th. But checking again in few hours, many things erased. All videos from his Twitch, a thread about it. Recognizable walking style. Anyone, what happened that forced them act in a rush? Is he stalking Daniel? Is he like always checking Daniel's page to know exactly what was happening per time? And then someone had to reply, Vladimir, with all due respect, as someone who watched the clips, the man was clearly having a mental breakdown. Some moments simply aren't meant for public scrutiny, and that was just one of them. His friends, including Hans, were rushing to help to preserve his dignity. And Vladimir said, I saw people writing about seemingly being under substances. Didn't mention any nervous breakdown, otherwise wouldn't ask. This is code. This is actually code from Kramnik. Wow. You are the lowest form of scum found on earth. You hounded this man for a long time and now he's dead. You're an absolute shame to the chess community. Daniel's blood is on your hands. You will not be remembered as a grandmaster. Your legacy will be as a vile human being. Ay, ay, ay. Wow. Seemingly conflicts with chess.com, freestyle chess, both kicking him out from commentator role, had a big impact lately on GM Naroditsky. Got the stream episodes, not a doctor but looks like something very else than sleeping pills. Hope, if any, real friends of him will care. But Daniel Naroditsky was on a podcast with, what's her name? I can't even think anymore. Daniel was on a podcast with, what's her name? The Russian woman grandmaster, Dina Balenkaya. He was on a podcast with Dina, yeah. And he talked about why he wasn't commentating on chess.com any longer. And how he liked to do commentary with someone else. I can't, my brain is shut off right now. He talked about this on that podcast. Is it that Kramnik did not watch it? And of course, he talked about how all of these things were having an impact on him. And then, okay, this was all Vladimir had to say all this while. And now, today, the man is dead. At least your first response should be, my condolences to his family, my condolences to his friends, whatever nonsense you have to say, just say it first. But for you to go straight, so this was his last post before, 19 hours ago. And today, when you find out that this person you have been berating on the internet for months is finally dead, you have achieved your goal. I mean, the heavens have graced you with your whatever your goal was. Now you don't have to have anxiety over him anymore. At least, the least you could say is to express your condolences. And then the next thing you say is too high price paid. This guy is psychopathic. At best, he's psychopathic. Too high price paid. Really. But if I was the only person shouting about obvious long-term problems of Daniel becoming alarming, requiring urgent measures from people around, while friends only cared about hiding it and erase evidence, it's rotten to the core. You guys, I tell you guys something on this stream. There is something about the sense of justice. When a person feels like they are executing justice, sometimes you do it to the point where you become the problem. Okay, you have been dragging this young man. After you find out he is dead, you cannot even say condolences. You cannot find it within your cold self to express condolences to this young man. You wonder who that would be. And what this dead I don't want to get upset myself. What Kramnik had to say was too high price paid. But if I was the only person shouting about obvious long-term problems, essentially, you guys, I was saying it all this while. And then you follow that up. This guy is crazy. For real. I'm sorry, I have to say it. Kramnik is a crazy person. He is, I don't care what his achievement in chess is. This guy is ridiculous. He's the lowest. In fact, I haven't met such people. I have seen such human beings. And Kramnik somehow finds a way to go beneath all of that. So he makes 2 posts in succession. What happened? Because I received this 2 days ago from a friend of mine, chess fan, and I at least did what I could to warn people to do something urgently in my post. To those who prefer blaming and shaming instead of helping, awful tragedy, hope properly investigated. Can you find it in somewhere in your painful existence to express condolence? He cannot bring himself to do that. Daniel streaming looks like he's on some serious drugs. Quite worried, chess mafia is dangerous. What even is that? Okay, let's assume he's streaming. Looks like he's on some serious drugs. There is no empathy in this message. There is no empathy in this post. If you are concerned for somebody, Daniel is streaming. He doesn't look well. He looks very much like he's on some serious drugs. I'm quite kind of worried. I wonder what's going on. That's what an empathetic message will look like. But this message clearly was not someone that cares about Daniel. This was someone that was antagonistic to Daniel. And it's like gossip. You're just sharing gossip. Hey, look, this our enemy. Something is wrong with him. That's what this message sounds like right here. And of course, Vladimir feels like he has done something great. And there is nothing on him. Funny enough, he is followed by Daniel Naroditsky. Look at that. He's followed by Daniel Naroditsky. So while he was posting, Daniel follows Kramnik. So while Kramnik was posting all of these things, Daniel probably saw them too. Let's see what Ian said. Ian has not posted anything in a long time. Sometimes maybe staying quiet is probably a better idea. It's just sad, you guys. It's sad. Someone said Kramnik killed Daniel. I mean, there's a way we can draw the arc to land on that, I guess. It's unfortunate. Naroditsky's last game versus Magnus ever was a victory. I wish we could see that game. Can we find Daniel's last game against Magnus? How do I find that game? It's just whew. You guys, when I started playing chess, there were 2 people that I started watching. Hikaru Nakamura and Gotham Chess. Less than a week, 2 weeks into playing chess, the 3rd person I started watching was Daniel Naroditsky. Those speed runs, I would watch them, different rating. I remember when I would be watching, I would not understand. I would search Daniel's YouTube. Let me see. I would have to search his YouTube to find I'll have to search his YouTube to find the ELO. Yeah, you have to look at the video and you would see the ELO right on the top up there, 1800, 1780, 1740, and I would watch the video based on my rating. So you see 1780, 1740. I would scroll Daniel's page looking for ELO 1600, 1600. I'm looking for where my ELO was at when I was rated 1400. I would look for a video like this one that says 1420 up here, and that's the one I'm going to watch, because some of them are like hours long, 1 hour 30 minutes. And I will scroll looking for my ELO 1200, 1300. On my other account, which is the account I used to watch Daniel all this while, I would literally scroll, looking for the ELO that corresponds with where I was at the time. And Daniel's video I did not watch was this one. I did not watch his last video. You thought I was gone. I received the notification for this video, but I did not watch it yet because we were streaming at the time. And that was it. Oh, this was the game he played with Magnus. Let's see what Daniel's last game against Magnus was like.